Yo, welcome back. It's your boy Dre Samp with another episode of Raw Thoughts, the only show on YouTube that nobody watches. That's right. If you're watching this right now, what the fuck are you doing watching this show, bro? You don't even know me. I don't know you, and this ain't for you. So get the fuck off my channel. I want 3 subscribers, and that's how I like it. It's Friday, June 12th, I think. I'm taking Fridays off till I quit, so yeah. And those suckers are doing dumb shit, wasting their lives away. Not interested in it, man. Not interested in it at all. I'm done with it. Interesting day yesterday. Thursday, spent the whole morning, afternoon just trying to download some dumbass software for some fucking dumb shit that doesn't even fucking matter. Watching The Office the whole time in between. It's just, I'm glad I'm waking up to this, and I'm glad now I'm starting to think of passive income streams and other ways to make money besides this dumbass job, because, bro, it's completely pointless. Completely pointless. This kid that I'm emailing, I'm beginning to mentor Jamie. He's so smart. He's 16, reading a lot of books, very curious, can communicate well, and he's talking about going to college and like what I would have done when I was 16. I'm like, bro, start a business. Start a business, man. Yeah, it's taking Fridays off. Today I'm gonna focus on 2 things. Getting my first YouTube video up and running, and 2, getting my Amazon affiliate marketing up and running. I'm gonna write that shit down. I'm gonna write it down. Alright, I'm gonna put June 12th, 6/12/20. To do first YouTube vid upload and affiliate market. Alright. I know it's gonna be backwards, but there it is. It's written down, and I will put it. I'll put it right there, so I can't go outside. Yeah, that's no 6. I've been sleeping on those steps. I kind of set up the Amazon thing, but I was waiting for like a confirmation email. I never got it or something. So, but yeah, I'll look into it. But we got to move forward now. Start to move forward. Yeah, so that whole day felt like a waste yesterday, and like posted some edited videos earlier, but man, I'm just kind of waking up. I'm kind of done with it all. I'm in that zone right now of moving on to the next chapter, moving on to the next step. What's next in my life? So yeah, it feels like 2015 again. When I was in the DR thinking about what Chicago would be, and Chicago is a great time, but it feels so right to go. So, what else happened in my life? So, I guess I'll do it in chronological order. After work ended, it takes a lot of time to answer all the comments, but I'm answering all the comments on TikTok. I'm at 78K, bro. 78, 79. Gonna hit 80 probably today. And, I was talking about I'm making videos on confidence and communication and being honest, and sometimes the advice I'm giving out there, I'm not following myself. And I was like, yeah, this chick, she's not treating me right. So I called her out on bullshit. I'm told completely I'm done with Ashley, right? And before I wanted to just be like, fuck that bitch, fuck her, she missed out, like blah 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 blah, and then walk away. But we have, there was definitely some things I could have improved upon, and I think I know exactly what I could have done differently. So, But that being said, she was definitely playing games. And I know that I have three instances of this. One, I mean, the switch right before the initial date. That was like strike number one. Two was when I called her and she was like, oh, who is this? It's like, bitch, you know who this is. Come on, bitch. Fuck you. Actually, she played more than three strikes. I sent her a text. It was like, yo, can we restart? She took like over 24 hours to be like, yeah, we can restart. I was like, oh, sorry. I was like focusing on a couple of people, but yeah, we can restart. It's like, all right, bitch. Like, what is this? And I should have just like left it at that. Then we kind of texted back and forth for a little bit. And what happened was she, we were talking about Costco or whatever. She sent some pictures and I was like, well, you donated all of that? That was around 10 o'clock at night. She sends me a text at like 9 a.m. It's like, yeah, I did. Me and my friends. Keep in mind, all the texts that I'm doing all the work. I'm trying to do all the work. I'm doing everything. It's like pulling teeth talking to this dumb bitch. Fuck this bitch, man. I'm so pissed because she was playing games the whole time, man. And it pisses me off. The last straw was like, wow. Oh, and then, I wasn't that inclined to respond to her that text. Or there was nothing to respond to. So I sent her a text like later that day. I was like, oh, I'm sure Costco loves you. Like, how often do you go donating? Because like, I'm just trying to like bullshit with her, but she's not responding at all, right? And so it's like, all right, well, at that point I was like, all right, well, I've lost complete interest. And then I was like, all right, well, I'm just going to tell her, like, this is some bullshit, right? It's way too hard and I'm not interested. Now I just think you're a cunt, right? So I texted her, I was like, damn, your texting is dry. And bingo, she responds right away. So she sees all the texts. She's just playing dumb bitch games. And I should have known right from the beginning, right when she switched the date, right? That was it, man. That was it. But she was playing games. And I was like, wow, you're a piece of work, I don't think this isn't going to work out. I'm going to block you. I was like, yeah, duh. Like, you see my text and you're not responding to them, but yet here you are. So please block me, bitch. I'm pissed at her, man. So, but like, all right. So before I was just going to like walk away and be like, fuck her, fuck that bitch. But there's two things I know I could have done differently. The first one was after riding so high on the conversation, and I forget that girl. I don't even, like, she's a distant memory now at this point, because of just my interactions with her were so poor, and I'm sure she feels the same way about me. And I know two things that I could have done to improve it. And I'll admit, the first one was I could have set up the date right in the initial meet. I should have done that. So it's like getting the number and blah, 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 blah. And then before that, it'd be like, oh, hey, how about we take a walk tomorrow? Yeah, and just like lock it in right there. So that way she's still riding high off of that. And if it was already locked in, maybe I could have it would have been easier to text knowing that, and boom. So that was one thing. Locking the date, the next day. You want to do it within the 48 hours. After 48 hours, which is what I almost had pulled off until she tried to play some dumb bitch games, man. She tried to change the frame. I was like, nah, I maintain frame. And she fell back into my frame, but she was still trying to pull the frame away. And I was like, no, not going to do that. So that was the first thing, especially when it's riding high. It was so easy to talk. We were having fun, laughing, flirting, right? It's been like, yeah, I'd like to talk to you. How about tomorrow, right? And then put her on the spot tomorrow or like Friday, or like make her like suggest a time, right? So that's one thing that I could have definitely done. And then the second thing, I guess there's three things I could have done. The second thing would have been, instead of texting her on the date, or try and set up the date, would just be to call her and just be like, hey, I like talking to you. I'm not a big texter, but like, let's go out on a date, tomorrow or something like that, and called her instead of texting her on the date. I keep on forgetting about that tactic. That's the second thing I could have done to prevent all of this. The third thing that I could have done was when she did try to switch the date around, try to reframe, instead of getting mad at her, which I admit was a rookie move, I could have, played it cool and either responded that night or like the next day after I cooled off, just be like, oh, hey, bummer we couldn't meet up, but let's reschedule sometime, and just been like real cool, real chill about it. But even then, I was starting to pick up the games, so already she was kind of pissing me off. But those are the 3 things I could have done: set up the date on the initial meet, to call for the date invitation, and 3, not be as reactive, not be as emotional. But after that, fuck her, man, fuck her. I hope I don't see her again in the park because I'm not liable for what I'm gonna say, you know. But yeah, that's it. That's it. She was cute, but she ain't worth all that. And the thing that I'm most frustrated with is that this wouldn't even be a fucking problem because I'd be talking to so many women right now. So many. I'm on NoFap, bro, and I feel good. My skin feels good. I want to get back to working out. I'm trying to figure out some way that I can work out at home, but it's like. And also another thing I'm not too worried about is because it's the middle of quarantine. She's been going to protests and stuff like that, and walking around Costco being all like a dirty cunt that she is. So like, bro, I gotta make this video private. I'm mad. I am mad, man, because she was just playing games, and like I feel like she probably sees me as like some sort of douchebag or something. But the thing is, I was completely clear, 100% honest, and communicative the entire way. She was the one playing games. And what she's mad about is that I didn't buckle, basically. So it's okay. Live and learn. But I was just like, yeah, disappointing. I'm completely over it now. I mean, I don't know about over it, but yeah, I was just like, I've never had such a 180. Normally, it's like you'll meet girls and then, oh, she was pretty cool, she was hot or whatever. I don't know if we really clicked, but we'll see if I can get the date. But the thing is, like, that was like locked up. Like chemistry was there, everything, and then just all the texting. It just killed it all. So yeah, that's all right. Live and learn. But yeah, I can't. You know, even if we were gonna walk, imagine the date. If we went out for a walk, you need to escalate somehow. So I would have had to touch her. I would have had to kiss her, right? And if she would have been like, "Oh no, I'm on a thing," then we would have been in a weird platonic limbo thing. So might not have worked out anyway. But the thing is, guys, the most important thing is. Think about the lessons that I'm saying right here. Look at everything I've learned and I'm able to deduce, right? Whereas if I just would have saw a cute girl at the park, ass out, being like a fucking hoe, you know, trying to cap attention, right? And just like not went up to her and just like would have been thinking about that, man, I should have said hi to that girl at the park. See, I'm not wondering about that. I'm not wondering about that, right? I don't have any regrets about that. I don't have any regrets about anything that I said. I mean, those are all lessons, right? The only thing, and I already broke down what I could have done to improve, but even then, there's nothing that I regret. There's nothing that I regret, and that's the kind of life I want to live. So that was that. I just laughed when I texted her, like, you know, you're dry. I texted her, and she responded instantly. It's like, bitch, you've been sitting on my text this entire time. Another thing, I think why it all started to go downhill is right after that fun park conversation, she was kind of texting me back and forth real quickly, and then I'm just not a texter. I don't like to get to know people during text, and I didn't want to keep that shit up. And I think then she was like, oh, well, I can't be. Yeah, I think she was just loving that so much, and then since I didn't return it, then she felt like she had to be guarded, and then we both became guarded, and we actually just kind of, it just went worse from there. But she was playing games, so it's okay. The thing is, that was never going to work out in the first place. If that's the kind of girl that she is, right? So I need a girl that's not gonna. I'm not gonna be bossed around, bro. I'm not gonna be bossed around. I'm not gonna simp. I'm not gonna buckle. So, and I don't need the pussy that bad. That's for damn sure. I would have loved to dick her down, bro. I would have loved to spank her. I'll leave her on the fucking floor with my cum dripping out of her pussy, bro. Fucking mad, bro. I'm mad. It's okay. Then my dad called me later that day, and we talked. I told him all about the shit. You know, yo, I'm leaving in September. I'm done with this shit. It's all bullshit. Blah 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 blah. I'm gonna travel. Blah. He's like, oh, what are you gonna do? You know, what are you gonna do after a year? Blah blah blah. Like, yeah, Dad, that's how you get trapped, man. I told him about the commercial, the mentoring, and just all the stuff, and you know, ways to make money. And he's like, well, how are you gonna make money? And it's just like, that's how you get trapped. That's how you get trapped. So I'm not worried about any of that. Oh, I also told him I have like an open invitation back, so there's nothing to be scared of. But you know, he plays it safe. Another thing that I'm rereading The Rational Male again, and I'm realizing that, unfortunately, my father is a simp. He is a beta provider male. That is his role exactly. And that's not to say that there's not times when he can be aggressive or commandeering, and he's got a he's very in control of his voice. So when he gets mad, he can speak like this because I'm angry, right? And he's bigger and he can go deeper than I can. But I've ever hardly seen him put my mom in her place, and he's been like the dutiful provider. That's for certain. So yeah, I realized that's why I don't really have an alpha. An alpha is a mentality, but even then, so many times my mom crossed the line, and he just kind of like stood there, like try to keep the peace, So, and then I called him out. We were talking, and then I just called him out on not inviting me, and I laid into him. I said, "Mom, I get Alana, Alyssa. I'm beginning to learn that they think like I'm some sort of cold, heartless person, that I like to be alone, and also like I didn't tell him this. It was like also I think it's because of my relationship with my mom, how she treats me, and I didn't get into like how she definitely abused me physically, mentally, emotionally, and physically and emotionally and verbally. So from teenage years through now to some degree. But I said, but the only person I was disappointed in was you. And then he said, well, and it just surprised me that instead of like, so he said like, well, because you guys know damn well you guys went in a separate group chat to talk about this shit behind my back. They all go on a vacation, hang out during Memorial Day, grill out together. Told him I was crying about that. I was like, well, you could have talked to your sisters. And I was like, check yourself, inform yourself. I did talk to Alana, Alyssa, and they were already down there in Bloomington. And he's like, well, you never call me. And he's like, well, and then he's like, oh wait, well, the last time we talked, you did call me. And that was like strike two. And then he goes, well, you know what? Well, let's talk. If you want to talk, let's talk about how you didn't come down for your mother's birthday. I was like, what, Dad? What the fuck are you talking about? This has nothing to do with that. And I was mad. I was like, you know what? I don't even want to talk. I'm not even enjoying talking to you anymore. And I hung up. I was sad. Almost felt like crying again. Felt completely alone, and I was angry, sad, man. I called Tia Susie, and hey, if you ever need to talk to someone or just like hear someone talk, that's a better way of putting it. Tia Susie, I really do love her. So I was thinking in my fantasy, like some sort of way where like I'm living in LA making big old bucks, and I just have her come over and live with me, and she just hangs out and just like lives a good life and just hangs out there, just like we're housemates or something like that. I don't know, like a Tia Maria situation. She could be my Tia Maria. I'll let Tia Susie be my Tia Maria, raise my kids, something like that. I'll help raise my kids, speak to them in Spanish. Speak a lot. I don't know how her cooking game is, but I love Tia. And I needed to hear this, at the end of the conversation, at the end of her like talking to me for 15, 20 minutes. I kept it short. I was like, I love you, Tia, and she's like, I love you more. And it's like, I need to hear that, and I really do believe that. So, yeah, I love Tia. She got major points in my book. Now I kind of feel like we're both kind of like renegades in the family, and yeah, I love her. And then I got on live, and I talked to my people on live for like an hour and 40 minutes. We talked about a bunch of shit all over the place. I told them about some shit that was happening. I told them about all that shit that was happening. Talked about girls and life and confidence, and then that made me feel better. I FaceTimed Queen, never FaceTimed me back. That was surprising. And during that time, my parents FaceTimed me 4 times during the live. And I was going to, I was like, nah, I don't care what you guys have to say right now. And then I'm sure they'll use that against me. It's like, well, we tried to call you, but you didn't pick up your blah, 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 blah. Fuck you. Also, when I was talking to my dad, I was talking to him in a way I've never really talked before. Like, I was more confident. I was more transparent. Telling him I was smoking weed with my boss. Telling him I was smoking weed with my boss. I was like, that shit didn't even happen. But I wanted to evoke how I have such a great relationship with him. We talk about weed, but we've never smoked weed before. We've gotten drunk before. So, but I thought it'd be like a nice little bonus. I've never talked even about smoking weed to my dad. I was super confident in myself. So, I don't know, something's changing. And I like where the Dre is going. Although I am butting heads with a lot more people, and I'm taking a lot less shit. But I think I am getting a little bit more emotional. I want to get deeper into meditating, deeper into self-development, deeper into working out. I want to stop chasing other people and other things and start working on me. All right, this is a fun talk. Yeah, so I'm going to work on getting YouTube set up, and I think it's going to be just a brand new YouTube. Someone told me that that's going to help you with the rankings. So instead of like saying this account was created in 2011, it's going to say 2020, and I think that'll help with the growth. But that's going to be my focus today. I might record some videos in the evening, but also my walk. I was mad, and I was telling like Gianno, I was like, man, I love you the most, you're the best, and we just started our walk. I let go of this leash. I've been doing that more and more. I'm not wearing glasses. I'm jamming. I'm just having a good time. But man, I love Gianno. I look to my side. He's not there. I look around. I'm in the middle of an intersection. I'm jaywalking. An intersection right outside my house. But close to me, the neighborhood intersection. I'm like, John. And he's over there. He's peeing. I just got so mad. And I kept him like right close to me right after that. And like didn't let him leave my side. And I put him straight in the cage. So he knows like, I'm not going to tolerate that. And he knew he did something wrong too, because when I was like, Gianno, he was like afraid to come near me, so. But, yeah, whatever. So that's where I am. So YouTube is the next thing. We'll see how it goes, all right? Peace, homies.